The military is finally ready to talk about UFOs. And during a hearing before Congress, they revealed new, unclassified video. Here's everything we know and what's still unexplained. This was the first hearing on UFOs that we've had in 50 years. And while we didn't get any photos of little green men, we got new declassified video. We heard from the Department of Defense and the Navy about more than 400 incidents under investigation. And for the first time, it felt like the military and the government were finally ready to talk about it all. It was a hearing from the, deep breath, US House Intelligence, Counterterrorism, Counterintelligence and Counterproliferation Subcommittee, examining what they call unidentified aerial phenomena, or UAP. Basically, anything in the sky that can't be identified or easily explained. According to the Navy, these UAP end up falling into one of 5 categories: natural atmospheric phenomena, airborne clutter like balloons, US development programs, systems made by foreign adversaries, or dun dun dun, other. Come on, Navy, you know that I'm only going to be interested in the other category. So what exactly are we looking at here? Well, in recent years, we've had a number of first-hand accounts from US Navy pilots, as well as strange video clips that appear to show objects defying the laws of physics. The Navy confirmed this footage as real. Then, in June 2021, the Office of the Director of National Intelligence released an 11-page report on UAP. It was 11 pages. It didn't give us a heap of answers, but it did confirm that a number of UAP appeared to, quote, move against the wind, maneuver abruptly, or move at considerable speed without discernible means of propulsion. Also, in a boon for conspiracy theorists, the report didn't rule out extraterrestrial life. And now we have a UAP task force charged with investigating the reports and coming up with some answers. And the answer from this new congressional hearing? Well, it seemed to be, yeah, we're on it, guys, but we still don't totally know what some of these things are. Here's an example. During the hearing, we actually saw a new declassified video of UAP. But before you get your hopes up, it's kinda hard to tell what's going on. Imagine that time you accidentally recorded a video while you were trying to text your friend from a Spirit Airlines flight. Yeah, that's what this looks like.
Let me share with you the first video that we have here today, which shows an observation in real time. There it was.
I gotta tell you, to get that clip, we had to cut out what felt like 10 minutes of the smartest people in America trying to work VLC Media Player. If this was our Roswell moment, I feel like someone should have worked out how to use the slow motion feature. But this clip kinda gets to the heart of what we're talking about with UAP. It's not some secret trove of alien videos. According to the DoD and the Navy, when something is unexplained, it's usually just a case of incomplete data. The video clip might be short or blurry or taken at nighttime or filtered through night vision goggles or shot on your dad's iPhone 3, whatever. Here's another perfect example of that. We saw this second video in the hearing, shot by US Navy pilots, which appears to show flying triangles flashing off the coast of the US. It remained unexplained for several years, but then, a few years later, off a different coast, the Navy recorded the same thing while some unmanned aerial systems were flying nearby. And that's how they worked it out.
The triangular appearance is a result of light passing through the night vision goggles and then being recorded by an SLR camera. This is a great example of how it takes considerable effort to understand what we're seeing in the examples that we are able to collect. In this example, we accumulated sufficient data from 2 similar encounters from 2 different time periods in 2 different geographic areas to help us draw these conclusions. That's not always the case, though.
Sometimes the DoD and the Navy say they don't even have any hard data to point to. Some of those 400 reports are actually narrative-based historic reports, essentially verbal accounts that can't really be examined further because there's no photos or sensor data. But that leads us to the other really big takeaway from this hearing. The US military is ready to hear about these things, and Congress wants to know about them too.
UAP reports have been around for decades, and yet we haven't had an orderly way for them to be reported without stigma and to be investigated. That needs to change. UAP reports need to be understood as a national security matter. When we spot something we don't understand or can't identify in our airspace, it's the job of those we entrust with our national security to investigate and to report back.
Congress isn't scared of little green men. Well, maybe they are, but they really want to know if foreign adversaries are in US airspace or testing out new military hardware. And to do that, they need more reports from more people. People willing to come forward without the fear of being stigmatized. So that's what's happening. The Airborne Object Identification and Management Synchronization Group, great name, which formed in November last year, is on the hunt for more UAP, or what the Undersecretary of Defence, Ronald Moultrie, calls looking for the unknown unknowns. How you feel about UAP or UFOs probably hasn't changed much with this new hearing. Some of the information is still classified, so for all those Ancient Aliens fans out there, this was probably just enough to keep the conspiracy alive. But if you believe in Occam's razor, then simple explanations like distortion through night vision goggles make sense. But I think we can all agree the truth is out there. We just have to process it through the Airborne Object Identification and Management Synchronization Group database first. That sounds less good on a bumper sticker. Alright, let me know your theories in the comments below. Are you a full hardcore alien fan, or do you think there's actually a really simple explanation? While you're here, make sure you give me a thumbs up and subscribe, because I have plenty more cool space coverage for you, whether it's the real stuff or the little more unknown.